So I keep the bills up in my hood on the 30 like blood. To win it, I'm all in. I might call you my cousin, blood. You think you're touching man, you best think you can. Dirty, I'm the type of man that might go for the game. That's a bad day. Happy in the but in that like a full blown, I'm killing it like a blind man reading.
And here we are for the first time ever, SmackCast EPICsode 16. If you're listening right now, you're listening live, baby. We getting down. We moving on up in this world. YouTube, free subscription. Fuck the money. So, yeah, with us as always, SmackCast's very own Matt, the Phenom, Matty Ice, 27 nicknames, White.
The champ is here. What's up, Jack?
What are you the champ of, babe?
I don't know. It just felt cool to say after hearing that badass intro, my brother.
Yeah, but fuck, you're here though, right?
I am here, brother.
Yeah, and coming in, the Booker, the two-time defending pay-per-view champ of the world, Chris the Booker Witt.
It's me. It's me. It's everybody's favorite Booker.
Yeah, that's who that is.
Fuck yeah.
But guys, you know, we have a guest tonight, and I got a little hint of who it is. Y'all ready? You ready for the hint? Well, I mean, y'all know.
Who the fuck is this?
Y'all figure it out yet? Did y'all even hear that shit?
I got a little bit of a hint.
Did y'all even hear it?
I think I might know who it is.
Well, I'm going to tell you who it is. Since we got a badass fucking card this weekend, I reached out and I grabbed a badass MMA guy, Mr. Chucky Cheats, my homie from CodoMMA.com, Knights of the Octagon. Chuck Cacho, say hello, brother.
What's up, people? How you doing today?
Yeah, what you doing for us tonight, babe?
Oh, I'm just bringing the heat. You know, I brought a little intro there because I see you guys do a little wrestling shit, you know? So, here, I am SIR CHUCKY CHEATS of Kodo.
That's right.
You can't deny greatness. You just can't.
Bringing it all day, baby.
Oh, yeah. I fucked up bringing on a guy with better fucking sound equipment than me.
Former band guy, you know, I got all the toys, baby.
Yeah,
you'll see. You guys will be on my pad, right? In just about under a year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, us three. We're making the trip. We're making the trip for WrestleMania. Just so happens that WrestleMania is going to be at Yak's birthday because that's how fucking awesome he is. You know, Vince McMahon's like, we got to get to Sir Kayak.
Oh, yeah. So night before, we're going to be tearing it up at Chucky's pad over in Arlington, just about 15 minutes from the big stadium.
That is where I'll be Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. Got couches with your names on it if you can't make it out. Ain't no thing. We're whiskey drinkers here. Sometimes you can't leave.
It's not safe to anyway.
Chuck, I can already tell you, you're going to get to see the Witt faces live and in person.
Finally, I've been asking for that.
Dude,
well, I shall grant you that.
We should sell tickets to that shit, man.
Dude, I got $100 says that Witt's first one to sleep.
We're gonna try.
We're throwing up.
Just match me and the Yak Man drink for drink there. That you might hurt yourself.
Hey, you know what? Challenge accepted. All right, I'm a professional at this.
That's what I like to hear, baby. Wouldn't expect anything less from a Smack Inc. member, baby.
Dude, I've heard of both of y'all drinking, and the one who's mixing their drink still is kind of amateur status.
Oh, you don't put mixers in it, do you, Whit?
Well, what do you mean by mixer? What are you talking about?
I mean anything but ice and fucking straight whiskey.
Your whiskey is a crime.
Oh no, it depends on what kind of whiskey I'm drinking.
Yeah, he's going. Drinking, Chuck, he's going.
If I'm drinking a sipping whiskey, well, it's gonna be straight up. Like Disaronno, that's straight up.
There we go. Let me guess. You mix a Jack and Coke.
Yeah, sometimes I like to go with the classic Jack and Coke, but you get your some other ones that most people know about, like your Goldschlager, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew tequila.
Damn. Tequila, Mountain Dew.
That just sounds terrible.
It does.
It sounds really bad.
I was at a party about 6 years ago when I was in North Carolina, and a dude gave me that drink. I had no idea who the dude was. He just gave me this drink. Tell me what it was. It was Mountain Dew and Patron. Next thing I know, 3 deep in those, and Elise is driving me home, and I'm making up a song called "Jose's Not My Friend" in the car.
You just took that old country song and went the other way with it, huh?
I don't know what it was, but
Patron will do that. Patron's the real shit. Yeah, people say they drink tequila and they drink Jose Cuervo. That's like drinking near beer and saying I'm a beer drinker. Patron, that's the real shit right there.
Well, Chuck, there's 2 things when it comes to tequila that you have over the rest of the world, okay? You're fucking loaded and you're part Mexican, so we can't compete with that.
Bring it. we can't. Everything's invested, barn and the equipment.
I think I just earned our first flag on YouTube with that.
Hey,
you're going to get a few flags. I'm famous on here for that.
Well, you're the one.
Chuck, you ever had a diesel fuel?
No, what's that?
It's Matt's favorite shot. I'm going to tell you that. It's half Goldschlager, half Jaeger. I should have opened up your sinuses.
Like Listerine, man. Shit.
Dude, that shit will have me cutting promos after about 3 or 4 shots.
Yeah.
Oh man, does it make your skirt hike up and your panties drop, dude?
Hell yeah, dude.
The last time I saw that shit was in a sorority house.
Yeah. Add one person to Kodo and SmackCast starts sounding like it. God damn it.
I think the last time we had those, Chris, is when I lost my fucking phone.
Yeah, you might be right.
I won't cross any more lines. Don't worry. I'm being a good boy. We're on YouTube.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I don't give a shit, dude. This is an experiment. If it goes bad, fuck them. I still got it recording on the audio Audacity for the podcast.
There you go.
So you can't take that away from us.
Yeah, you can't take the shit from my computer. But yeah, anyway, we brought Chuck on. He don't have a whole lot of time. I mean, Chuck, just to give an example of how big an MMA guy Chuck is right now. Chuck, where is your wife?
She is at a jiu-jitsu class right now, training for 3 tournaments coming up.
And what did she do in the last tournament she was in?
2 golds in her division, gi and no gi, and bronze in absolute.
And what did she do in the tournament before that?
2 silver.
Yeah, so Chuck's wife is more MMA than anybody I fucking know, and it's his fault. So he's a fucking guru. He's one of the few people that when it comes to mixed martial arts that I'm like, yeah, he's probably wrong, but I'm not going to fucking argue with him. That's as close as I get to saying me not being right.
Half the time, I really just like to go under and go against the grain just to get people fucking talking and agitate them. I love when people lose their fucking minds.
Oh, God. Yeah, we've seen that in KJH over and over and over.
We're gasoline.
Yeah. Yeah. So Chuck, dude, I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. I'm more excited about this card. I mean, dude, probably the only I can't think of another card that I've been more excited about. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing hitting on top of my head right now.
Imagine this. This card is sick as it is, and Cerrone was supposed to fight Eagle before, and Johnson was supposed to fight Jones. With 2 major injury losses, this card, I mean, as a hardcore fan, top to bottom, this card is sick. I even love the fucking Fight Pass 3. But as a casual fan, you got to appreciate it. I mean, it's got Rose, Uriah Hall going against Natal, Berkman, Kim. That's a candidate for fight of the night, possibly. I mean, and then Dotson. Dotson's on. Those are prelim fights. We're not even talking the main. This is a good card. You motherfuckers can all watch that on Fox Sports too. So you don't have to pay. So even if you're cheap ass, you can watch the prelims, which will match top most main cards in other organizations, and match sadly most of the main cards we saw pay per view this year so far in the UFC.
Yeah, fucking Bisping and Dalloway. Come the fuck on.
Damn, I didn't realize the card was that stacked. I didn't know about Dodson and Uriah Hall just on the prelims.
Yeah, Uriah Hall's fighting Rafael Natal. Basically,
oh shit,
jiu-jitsu against striker, both high end. I think Uriah Hall's gonna have a highlight knockout, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I ever think about Uriah Hall, I always think about that damn knockout he had on the Ultimate Fighter a few years ago. Kicked that fucker right in the face.
Oh, and he just kept apologizing after.
Yeah.
We got to interview him in live on Kodo over in Jersey. Him and Frankie Edgar at a pre-party we did for UFC. And dude, he is the nicest guy in person. We actually brought that up, and he said, you know, if my biggest fault in life is that I'm too nice, then my parents did a hell of a job. We're like, you know, you can't argue with that shit. But at the same time, he's like, but I'll knock your ass out. We're like, oh,
I mean, I'm getting paid, you know.
Yeah, but he's a hell of a guy. We did say it in front of him, and you know, I'm sure he's tired of hearing it, and he's going to hear it till the day he keeps that switch on when he gets in that cage. But you don't know which one you're going to get. You know, I think this one we're going to get the aggressive Hall because he doesn't know Rafael. There's no connection. There's no way he can feel bad for the guy. He's just one of those guys that he truly feels bad for people when he hurts them. You know, and it sucks because you're an MMA fighter. You gotta hurt people.
Yeah, but dude, his back's against the fucking wall though. He came out of the Ultimate Fighter on fire. Then he lost the Ultimate Fighter, didn't he?
Yeah, he came in he also lost 2 in a row, I believe. You know,
yeah, and then they handed him leaving. They're like, all right, look, this guy's gonna stand in front of you and throw left hooks. Kick the fucker in the head and let's go on about our business. Let's get, you know. But I mean, yeah, he's got to win if he wants to be more than he is right now. He's got to string together some wins.
Yeah, he got 2. He's in a 3-fight win streak right now. After Lieben, he fought 2 other fights.
Okay.
The one after that was not that impressive. He fought Thiago Santos, and it went to decision. It was all right. You know, I think it was nice Uriah Hall in the ring that one. And then he fought Ron Stallings and got a 3-minute TKO first round. You know, beast mode. It's just that's what I'm hoping he needs to be. I feel you, and even with 3 wins in a row, I agree with you 100%. He needs to get something going. It's not just the wins, though. It's that aggressive attitude he needs to tap into. You know.
See, I thought he was at 2 in a row. I actually missed one there. So. But,
yeah, he's been trying to keep busier lately. Hopefully he gets his game on. Like I said, I just want to see him get pissed because that boy, it would be scary, like every fighter.
So you want to work from Uriah Hall up?
You know, we can touch on the other too because, like I said, I think Josh Berkman and Don Young Kim has the potential of being a fight of the night. The Vegas odds are ridiculous on that too. So if there's people out there who like to bet, it wouldn't be a bad idea to throw a couple ducats down on Berkman. He is we're going to bring it up here. Let's see. Kim is minus 285, Berkman plus 225, and I think that's a coin toss. I might be crazy. I might be just a homer for Berkman because he's old school, but he's a beast. He's not a pushover. So I don't know. I think that would be a fun one to throw some cash on, and I think it's going to be a good fight. Honestly, I think that's going to be a highlight. I think Dotson's going to destroy Zach. He's getting ready to go back after that title. I mean, what do you think?
We got Dotson, and I'm sorry, I was actually messing with some sound shit right quick.
We got Dotson is the
go to Wit. Go to Wit. We got 2 more fuckers on here.
Or you 2 FMMAers. I want to hear from you. We got these boys who play my Chucky Bucks FMA. The real deal kind of shit.
Are any of us fucking in it still? I'm out.
I think
I missed the picks this time.
That would be me, gentlemen. I just made the cut.
Yeah, we started a new thing. Whit keeps it real fun. I kind of like golf. The first 2 cards. After that, I'm gonna do an average on the scores, and you have to be at the average or above, or you're cut.
Yeah,
And
average.
only the people above the cut wins the last 2 cards.
Yeah, I like
Chucky,
the only
I'm
one I
loving
missed
your
on the last
analysis,
card.
brother.
I think it works better because I think people were missing cards in the beginning because it's just it is a long process. I do 4 cards. Each FMA is that month. So yeah, I think it just makes it more interesting quicker. At least for me, I'm doing the numbers and I'm just like, this is fucking boring.
Yeah, man. Chucky,
Man,
I'm loving the analysis, man. I'm actually taking down some notes for some picks. I think I'm just going to take everything. What fight do you think is going to be necessarily probably like your fight of the night? I heard you kind of mention one earlier. Do you have any other like fight of the night kind of things that you got?
A lot of people are talking about Weidman Vitor. I think that one's going to be a boring win, one-sided win for Chris Weidman. Sacrilege of Vitor, but no TRT, and he's not that well-rounded. Honestly, he's a striker. Well, Weidman's going to wrestle fuck the shit out of him. Honestly, Weidman might knock him out, but I'm reaching there. I think honestly, I'm taking a Chris Weidman 3rd round sub against Vitor in the FMA.
Okay, so when you see my picks posted in about 10 minutes, don't go suspicious on me now.
I think another candidate though for a fight of the night could be the Bennett fight. Not so much as it'll be a bloodbath. It'll be quick, and Moraga's going to get knocked out or guillotine, and that alpha male guillotine.
Yes, man.
Arlovsky Brown's going to be fucking fireworks.
You think so? And you want to hear something funny on that one?
Yeah.
Is try to get what would you guess the odds are on that fight?
I would think Arlovsky's favored.
It's plus 350 Arlovsky, minus 450 Travis Brown.
Oh God, I've got to go put some
Yeah,
coin.
I'm thinking it's a lot. Travis Brown is a good fighter, but I don't know about that.
But now, how old is Arlovsky right about now?
He's just old enough to kick everybody's ass he's fought the last 3 or 4 fights.
He's 36. Which isn't too bad. But most of these MMA fighters, they're kind of peaking in their early to mid 30s. Travis is 32.
Yeah.
I just think Travis is a badass, but I think Arlovsky's style would make it interesting, just for bets reason. As far as FMA goes, just like who do I think is going to win? I'm picking Brown. I just like Brown, and I think he's better than Arlovsky. But the odds dictate, as a bettor, if you're a bettor, I'd throw a few ducats down on Arlovsky. And my boy Yakman will probably be looking at that one. I'm going to parlay to
that. So for smack purposes here, let's start at let's say we've hit Hall, Natal. Let's go to the main card. Was that Dotson's first fight on the main card?
No, actually he's the headliner of the prelims.
Okay.
First fight is Jiu-Jitsu against John Moraga.
Joseph Benavidez versus John Moraga. And you're saying Benavidez is going to take a submission from him?
Or a knockout. He's got hands. I can see him winning either way. The only reason I would be quick to pick a submission over a knockout on this one is that Moraga likes submissions. And I see him possibly trying to take it to the ground and getting caught in something. Benavidez is just he's got that favor kind of thing. He may not be the champion, but the guy will always be a downright number 2, 1 or 2 contender. He's just one of those guys. It's like, damn, they're not champion, but they'll beat everybody else in the division but the champ.
Gateway to the top 5.
Right.
Top 3.
Well, top 2, really.
It was funny. Frank Mir held that title for a while, gateway to the top 5, and I was like, gateway to the top 10. And I was like, if you lose to him, you fucking go fight for World Series of Fighting or something.
That.
So Matt, did you write down Chuck's pick there? You got Benavidez submission 3rd round.
Dude, I already got it. I'm ready to hit fucking post right now.
You see,
I'm winning this shit.
Yeah.
You can't participate in this one.
Matt White can.
Yeah, Matt White.
Yeah.
This is the new one. The cuts already happened. There's only 10 of us involved there.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, the fucking average was 235. I was at 234.
Was that how close it was? It sucked.
That fucking close. I act like you didn't know, fucker. You wrote the scores down.
Yeah, but I was really messed up when I did.
No, you probably fucked up then. Was it 234.5? Did you round up?
You bitch. No, it was close enough where I remember double checking the numbers after sobering up and thinking,
Yeah.
I had a better shit. Make sure on that one. Boy, Big Jack just missed.
Dude, you know, come on. I would have my feelings hurt if I lost, because right now the ongoing joke is me not ever winning one. The only motherfucker from the original to not win it.
Yeah, he is our Susan Lucci of FMMA.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, Whit, you got anything about Benavidez, Moraga?
Other than that, I know I've seen Benavidez fight a few times, and just off name recognition, I was going to pick him. I know he usually has a pretty good damn fight.
All right. See, I love the casual fan input. Whit's not afraid to admit he's a casual fan, you know? But I don't like is like when the casual fan wants to argue shit. He's not doing that here. I'm not saying that him, but we've seen those, Chucky.
Yes, we have.
I'm gonna tell you, fucking Andre versus Brown, dude. Andre, man, I just love the guy. And you know, as I was watching this card, on my lunchtime, I've been hitting up Fight Pass and looking up old shit, you know. And I went and watched Andre freaking beat the shit out of Fedor and then go for a flying knee, and Fedor just land one on his jaw.
Oh, that was a punch.
I mean, my God, dude, he was kicking Fedor's ass in Russia.
You know, that's the thing about it. If you look at most of Fedor's fights, Randleman, Mark Hunt, he was losing the first couple minutes, and then he gets his groove, figures you out, and finishes you. Whether it be a vicious right or some kind of sub. He was a sub master too, that guy.
I hadn't seen a whole lot of the last Emperor's fights, but if he wouldn't have landed that one when he did, it looked like he was finna go to sleep.
I think he would have pulled it out. It's how he fought. I don't think Arlovsky was the guy for that. I'm not saying he would beat other guys in the UFC. I think I wanted to see him there, see him tested. But and he's past his prime anyway.
But Dana White ego, man.
He's that Rocky type. He took a beating and turned it around and pulled out some amazing wins. You know, it was fun. He's a fun ass. You got to check out his early fights. Definitely check out the Mark Hunt fight. Definitely check out the Crow Cop fight. Definitely check out the Randleman, man. Randleman spiked him on his head with a super freaking wrestler slam on his head, and within a minute and a half, he reversed it and got him.
And Big Nog was his fucking coming out party, wasn't it?
Yeah, they fought for the championship. Those two, they went to a decision, I believe.
Yeah.
And there was the good old days of pride. I mean, there was also why people have a hard time with putting him up as the GOAT, myself included. I love him, but he also fought guys like Zulu on his record who had no business being in the ring with him. Basically a minute later he connected with a punch and they were out or something. Just it was what it was. It was pride. They would put you up against guys that you could destroy for crowd entertainment.
Yeah, and that's one of the big knocks on pride was how fixed were they? Yeah,
I know there was a couple. They were fighters were bought out. They admitted, but mainly what they did is they built up guys like it's much like boxing now. They took guys like Vanderlei, put them against 5 guys he could just absolutely destroy, and then set him up for that fight that everybody wants to see. That's the one thing Pride did do is they didn't put the fights together we wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
It just took a little while. They built it up, their own way, like wrestling and boxing.
I've actually got a point concerning Chris Weidman about that when we get to him that the booker may appreciate. But
hey, I got a little fun fact I don't know if y'all knew about Andre Arlovsky, though. Did y'all ever watch this show back on MTV2 that was hosted by Mayhem Miller called Bully Beatdown?
Oh, yeah. Jake Shields was on also.
Yeah, and Andre Arlovsky was on the damn show, and whatever the bully was, I believe that motherfucker kicked this dude in the head so damn hard, which is against the rules. And the dude, when he got kicked in the head, he was like, well, here's your money because you can't kick in the head. He's like, I don't want the money. Just let me go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He broke that guy's just spirit. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
He did the same thing to Tim Sylvia in their last fight. He got disqualified for soccer kicks.
Tim Sylvia had to kick him. Tim Sylvia couldn't get off the ground. He was laying on the ground eating Big Macs, shitting himself.
You heard the Nevada State Athletic Commission denied his license because he applied and he was like 350.
Oh my God, it was ridiculous the way he came. I mean, he had no business being in any kind of sport the way he walked in. I remember we had the pictures all over Cage. Those
Yeah, we did.
What Cage Rage is.
But you know,
it was insanity.
But you know, Arlovsky just has that fucking Pedro with his fucking beat your ass across the ring jabs and kill you with a fucking hook. I just love him. I love the guy. That's why I'm taking him over Brown. But anyway,
that's fair. You know, yeah. It's like I said, it's gonna, for betting purposes, I would put money on Arlovsky. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think his age is gonna show. I think Travis Brown is not much younger, but 32. I think he's kind of peaking, and I think he's gonna. I don't know. I'd probably go decision on that one, Travis Brown.
Well, Matt White, for SmackCast purposes, what kind of pick are you making against Arlovsky and Travis Brown?
Okay, so the Phenom is so damn casual that he's got on gym shorts as we speak. I used to be a huge UFC fan, 2008, 2009. One of my best friends, he's no longer lives here. He moved back to Chicago, but it was fucking cool as hell. And he literally introduced me to MMA. And, you know, we used to watch all the Pride fights, all the WC fights. So, like, now it's like I'm trying to get back in it, but you know, I'm just progressively learning, getting back in it. I know Travis Brown. I know Arlovsky by name. I don't know. I probably do what I usually do and flip a fucking coin. And then flip a coin also, whether it's going to be KO or a decision.
Well, your coin.
When I don't know, that's what the hell I do.
Your coin flipping's working better than my knowledge, so keep it up, bro.
There you go. I was waiting to say that.
Yeah. I was cutting you off, Chuck. I fucking hang out with you every Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern at KotoMMA.com. It's me, you, and some other guys. And yeah, I knew you were going there.
You know how it goes.
Dude, seriously, sometimes I just ask my wife too. I'm like, hey, which name do you like out of this? Do you like this one or this one? And she'll go, that one. I'm like, all right.
I have literally.
I'll go and hug her when he knocks them out.
Yeah. I have literally picked the uglier guy
for MMA knowledge, and we'll drop the MMA knowledge, but half the time we're just talking about jacking off to fighters and drinking and smoking bud and just.
Well, speaking of,
well, that's what we are, man. If anybody tunes into us to learn about the business and selling and all that shit, you listen to the wrong fucking podcast.
Well, speaking of jacking off to fighters, y'all fucking lean back because Chuck's in the game of terminal erection with this next name I'm finna throw out there.
With, baby. I got my lube already.
Yeah, Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
Oh shit!
Tell us all about him, Chuck.
Donald Cowboy motherfucking Cerrone, badass fighter, turns away from nobody, loves to fight, drink beer, and talk shit. That's my kind of man right there. He's coming in. He was supposed to fight the Eagle, which was a scary fight, wrestling sensation, Russian crazy motherfucker. But he got hurt again, and he's out for another half year. I think we're working on a year and a half. He's out. So John Madesi jumped up. He took the fight. Props to him on a short notice. Jumped to face someone like a Cowboy, and give us the opportunity to see Cowboy get a fight bonus KO. That's all John signed up for.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, Cowboy just stepped up with Ben Henderson. What, a month ago? 2 months ago?
2 months ago, yeah. It's the first 2 month break he's taken. He fought 3 fights in a row within a month or less.
I mean, dude is out to make his money. You know, he's like Reebok ain't gonna do it, so I better get it now. You know.
Yeah, he's getting killed on the Reebok deal because he fights so much. He's so high profile. He said he's losing like $60K a fight because of that Reebok deal.
Dude, that is so shit, man. Hey, next year we're gonna do a show for Bellator 159. This is gonna kill him, man. Did you see that stat today that said UFC is keeping 40% of the Reebok money for profit?
I did see that. They were gonna have a nice little heated conversation on Koto this weekend about that.
Okay.
That was not what was promised.
That is sick, dude. 40%.
Do you remember the original deal? What it was supposed to be?
No, I didn't know.
100% for the fighters. This was a deal for the fighters. There was like some kind of, I mean, we all assumed there'd be some kind of little, here's something for the UFC, but
let me ask you this. Does the middle of the octagon still get to say Harley Davidson and Bud Light?
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, so UFC is losing nothing by taking on Reebok. They're simply taking food out of other motherfuckers' mouth, man.
Yeah. And you see, we have a couple friends who are part of the industry who are like our boy Mikey, who gave his fighter friends and manager friends the chance to speak up. You know, everybody who bitched about it when we talked on the side, and all those people. It's like, here's your chance to voice your opinion. But you know what? Those who have any interest in being in the UFC just shut their fucking mouth. Didn't say a thing.
Yeah, big shout out to Ruckus. I think we're one of the only MMA boards that he posts on.
Oh yeah,
Cage Rage.
Mikey's the man, and he's a hell of a guy. He actually was the lead musician for the pre-party we did in New Jersey with Uriah. It was the Mikey Ruckus UFC pre-party featuring Kodo in the back. So we had a live show going on when Mikey was throwing it down with all his. He makes fighter walk-in songs and just other songs. He's a badass musician. Boy, he's got some skills.
So
Mikey, guys, check him out.
Booker, how you feel about Donald Cerrone and John, whatever the fuck his name is? Moraga?
I was gonna definitely pick the Cowboy because that motherfucker, like Chuck said, he gives zero fucks. Just go out there, he's gonna take his paycheck, he's gonna knock you the fuck out, go home, wait for that phone call. You want me to fight next weekend too? All right, I'll fucking fight again.
There's a few guys. Yeah, there's a few guys in MMA that have that I'm a fighter mentality. Chael Sonnen talked a lot of shit, but he was truthful when he said he'd fight any man God made. He would do it. And I believe Cowboy's the same way. BJ Penn fought open weight and fought people at heavyweight, Yeah.
He gave zero fucks. He actually didn't want to fight at his weight class because he's like, I have to lose weight? No, I want to eat cheeseburgers and fight people.
Yeah.
Phenom, Cerrone versus John, what do you say?
Man, you ain't even got to ask me. The fucking Cowboy.
Yeah.
All day, every day, man. We're here to fuck shit up. Y'all hear Tommy Cohold. All right.
So basically, all Cowboy. We know.
The Chris Weidman versus the Vitor Belfort.
Decrease in the man with the cheeses.
Right. Now, I'm going to talk about, I was talking about the pro wrestling approach with how Chris Weidman was brought up. Weidman did not have, if you look at the fighters now, okay, Weidman fought guys who were considered tough at the time that he fought them. But if you look back now, they're not. They're all at the end of their leash before he got to Anderson Silva. Mark Munoz, Damian Maia, the entire list of people that he beat, and you can definitely see his progression because early on, like there's Alex Sakara, where he fought.
Sakara, he was definitely on his way up.
Yeah, but Sakara put up a hell of a fight against Weidman.
Yeah, I think Maia was a good fight. Maia's is still up there. I believe he's still in the top 10. Not the top 5. But Munoz, we just saw. We had a hell of a kickoff on Kodo earlier this week, by the way, talking about Mark's recent retirement. So any of you out of control funny, go to Kodo and check out our talk about Mark's retirement.
And laugh as hard as you can at that, and then realize you're going to laugh harder when we prank call that fucker.
Oh, my God.
We call the wrong number.
I still got to hear that.
But Chris Weidman has made it to the championship, and he still has a ton of contenders to fight. He has a lot of money to make. He has a lot of money to make the UFC. He has a lot of money to make him and whoever gets in the ring with him. Luke Rockhold, Jacare Souza. Those two fights right there are more impressive than the one he's got right now.
I agree. I think Luke beats him.
I don't think anybody beats him, but
I think Luke might be the future. Luke's been impressing me. Watching him grow and develop and how fast he is. That guy's just such a natural athletic talent. He just picks shit up fast, and I think he's the future.
He destroyed Machida like it was nothing. He made John Jones, the first round with Machida, Jones was I would say Machida won the first round against Jones. And then the second round, Jones was like, nope, I'm here now. But Rockhold just destroyed his ass.
Oh, he was, in Jones's defense in that fight, he just came off a major party weekend with Charlie Sheen, so he's probably still buzzing some of that coke. I saw some shit hanging in his nose.
Yeah, he probably just slept for 3 days.
Gave him a bump in between rounds 1 and 2, and he was at it again.
So we're gonna hit some John Jones talk on this next fight for sure. And somebody stretching a rubber on. The Vaseline wasn't working.
Easy now. Cowboy fights past.
Yeah. Phenom, who you got? Weidman, Vitor?
Oh man, I have no idea. I'll say Weidman.
You'll be picking right, my friend. Booker.
I am going to go with Chris Weidman because I still believe that he does not get the respect he deserves for being the middleweight champion. Because people are going to look at his 2 fights against Anderson Silva, and yeah, Silva fucked around and got himself knocked out. And then the next one, you know, with the whole leg incident, and then he comes out and he destroys Lyoto Machida. And I still feel like he's not getting the respect that he deserves, and he's still hungry, and he still has to prove that he is legit the best. I got to go with Weidman.
I agree with you 100%.
And I saw a recent picture of Vitor Belfort. Is it just me, or does he like slim down a lot over for this fight?
Well, he's about to weigh in at 185. You got to remember, he fought a lot of his career at 205 also, and was on TRT, so he was able to bulk up.
Okay.
What I want to see is when he hits the scale. Where we'll be able to tell is when he hits the scale on Friday. Match that with his last 185 fight, and then the next day with his last 185 fight. That's where we'll see the difference. But I do see it in his legs, especially in his arms. They're not as ripped as they used to be. Even when he was 185, he was a little tighter. He looks almost kind of, just put it blunt, he looks human. He doesn't look like Super Vitor. He doesn't look scary.
Do you think the TRT takes away from his speed? Because that's his killer, you know?
No, I think he's always had the speed. I think the TRT just gave him that. What he had is in the youth. I mean, all the TRT does is just take away the old age syndrome. You know, he's not half a step slow anymore. He's you know, age does that too. It takes a few things away from you in your response time. And I think Chael openly talked about how he wouldn't have been able to fight as long as he did without TRT. That's why he left when they said it's no longer around. He's like, oh shit, I'll get my ass kicked now. And it's a big deal. I mean, you basically take your 30-something-year-old body and take it back 10 years. And for a guy like Vitor, who's already a phenom by name, he's not the only phenom on the radio. But he's a super athlete. Speed, strength. You know, you give that guy TRT and you get what we had. Now let's see what happens. You know, honestly, I don't see him TRT-less or drug-less in the last 6, 7, 8 years at least. So it'd be interesting to see. I don't really think he's just going to crap her. I'd give him a puncher's chance, but I think we're going to see age in Vitor in this fight.
And what I'm looking at too, you know, Vitor's still going to have that, you know, storm the first 2 minutes of the first round. And if he gets past that, you know, that's pretty much the end for him. Weidman has taken flurries. I don't believe he's ever really been hit, but I'm just from what I've seen, I would say that Weidman has a fairly decent chin. But it's hard to say that without seeing it tested. But I really do think he does. Even in the 4th round with that Machida fight, Machida was unloading on his ass, and Weidman come off the fence and said, "Try again." But that was the 4th round, you know. Yeah, but you're right. He's taken a few shots. Anderson landed a couple. You know, the first fight. The second fight. But yeah, I mean, going back to what Whit said earlier, also too, I do feel the same way about Weidman's 2 victories over Anderson. He doesn't get any respect for him. You know, I mean, I think you and I, Jack, we've talked about it with some fools who try to keep saying there were flukes and all this shit. Is like, look, he did the joking around, moving the head thing with every other middleweight out there and fucking knocked him out. And light heavyweights.
It took him. And that we heard the coaches say before the second fight, Weidman got this all. And if you guys all remember the first fight, he got hit with some pretty good legs or some kicks from Silva. They were saying that's what we're going to work on. We're working on making sure he won't kick him anymore. What happens? Silva goes to kicks. He does that, and that is a plan. Those of you who don't understand MMA, when you put your shin out there to check and you point your knee out like that, you're looking to damage something. Because when
that's like a counter punch, ain't it?
Exactly. I mean, you're gonna, if not break it, you're gonna hurt it. I mean, the point of it is not to, I'm just softly blocking your kick. No, I'm gonna put my knee right into your shin, and it's gonna hurt so bad you're gonna limp for a little bit, and I'm gonna take it down. I mean, at least that. The worst case scenario, you saw that it snaps the shin. It's a plan, but most of the time in Muay Thai, you see guys just go shin to shin. That's why you don't see the snaps that often. I mean, it's a rarity, but it's happened. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was by design. And not only that, but the first round he was kicking the shit out of Anderson too. And I'm an Anderson fan. I love Anderson. I'm a homer for him. I was all about him. I picked him in both fights. I was disrespecting Chris Weidman too, but man, he kicked the shit out of him the second fight. Knocked him on his ass once, handled him on the ground, almost submitted him, beat him up on his feet, got to the second round and finished.
He won all 4 rounds. They were in the fight together.
Yep.
He really did.
And then, like you said, Machida, I don't think it was as dominant against Machida. Machida had his moments, but it was a good test for him to show me this guy is the real deal. And Machida is no slouch. You know, he handled Machida, and that's props. So, you know, he's the champ. But I really do believe Rockhold is the future. This guy is impressing the shit out of me every fight. Yeah, the only fight he's lost is to beat that kick, but that's a TRT Vitor.
Yeah. And, you know, and Weidman, you know, Machida's face looked worse than the fight actually was. But Weidman clearly 4-1, no question, you know, on the scorecards.
Absolutely.
But moving on, the vacated light heavyweight title.
Interim fight.
Anthony Johnson versus replacement Daniel DC Cormier. I personally did not like. Well, let me rephrase that. This fight is more interesting to me now than Jones versus Johnson, because I really thought Jones would just beat Johnson like he does everybody else. But now it's a question mark. You know, Johnson's been on a tear. It's actually funny to know that Johnson's last loss was to Vitor. You know, and he's, you know, they're both fighting for titles tonight, or Saturday night. Johnson's been on a tear, and Daniel Cormier has announced his game plan, and it's the exact same game plan he had for John Jones. I don't see it working for him. To me, I'm gonna pose a question to you later, but I see Johnson taking the fight by TKO.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Booker real quick. Who do you got?
So I have gone back and forth on this one so many times. I mean, because I love the wrestling-based guys. I know that's the majority of the guys, but when you have an Olympic caliber wrestler like DC, it's hard to really pick against them because they can just easily take you down. And I don't know how great Johnson's takedown defense is, but I know Johnson, he's just on a damn tear right now. I know he's just destroying people, but one thing I never count out is the kind of revenge factor that DC has in his corner. Now, he's already fought for the title once and lost, so he was that close. So, I mean, he's just got that extra motivation. But if I had to pick gun to my head right now, I'd have to go with Rumble Johnson, I believe.
All right, Phenom, you got your coin ready?
No coin needed in this one, Jack. I'm a Rumble mark, and I'm going to stick with my boy.
Right on. That's what I'm saying.
You taking Rumble too, Chuck?
Yeah, I got a little clip for DC.
He's a fucking cunt.
Hit it again, Yak.
Just for you, Yak.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, that freezes when I do that.
Awesome.
Bitch.
We're live, people.
Fucking cunt.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
We're live, and I don't edit, so you're gonna get fucking mess ups regardless.
I'm used to it. We're Kodo.
Yeah. All right, Chuck. I got a question for you.
Shoot away.
What has to happen for you to forget, or not even forget, but for you just to get to the point in your mind where you say, all right, this champion's legit. He might could have took the belt from Jones, where you're not just calling him a paper champ.
I won't say those exact words. I will give him credit to be the real champ when Jones comes back and they fight.
It'll take that.
Yeah, I mean they're fighting for the number 2 position.
Okay.
What if Jones ever comes back though?
He'll come back. He's still young enough. Just a little bitch. He got caught. You know, he rented car, cash, weed, pipe. He's going to score some coke. And he got busted. He got caught with his pants down. He's going to cry like a little bit, shake it off. He's going to say, you know what, I missed the attention, I missed the money, and he'll be back.
Yeah, me and Jack have talked about that. I know that you already talked about it on Kodo, how that MMA is just, it keeps evolving year by year. So if Jones is out for a year and a half, like Jack has said, that he believes that somebody just is going to come in and it's just going to be the top guy, and Jones is just going to be a forgotten champ.
Well, I agree and disagree. I do agree that it's evolving fast. We've seen it happen a lot faster than I think it will in the future because of just where it went from for specifically styled fighters to where it is now, just in the last 10, 15 years with the popularity. But I just, I don't know. I can go back and forth on this stuff, but I look at it and I say, like, look at the division right now, light heavyweight. I'm looking through the top 20 right now. These are the people who are going to be coming up. And I'm not seeing any names that are striking me right now that can do anything in 2 years. They've still got 2-3 years to even get to that level.
Okay.
So I think we'll still see the same fighters, maybe a different champion. I doubt that. I think it's going to be one of these couple guys right here or Gus. I prefer Gus or Anthony because Gus has given him a good fight already, and Anthony was a new challenge. He's already manhandled Cormier. I don't want to see that. That was boring. But he'll be back. He's got an issue with his legacy. Now, the thing is, will he come back as a light heavy or a heavy? That's the question. If he comes back as heavy, then he retires the greatest light heavyweight, and these guys can become the true champion, but you'll always be second to John Jones.
And that's just something they'll have to deal with. For me, my own mindset. If he can stop Jones, if he can stop DC, I mean, stop him. The way, you know, and not as he don't have to do it as fast as he stopped Gus. Then you have him knocking out 2 guys that Jones couldn't. And
Jones is the knockout artist. Jones, that's not his style.
Yeah,
his style is to take their style and use it against.
Yeah, I mean, just ridiculous about it. He did it to everybody. Glover, Sonnen, Cormier. He took Cormier down just because.
It was amazing. He did what he wanted. The only person who's taking him down is Gus.
Yeah.
It was shocking. That's why I want to see the Gus fight again.
But yeah, so I mean, I'd have to see him really destroy DC for me to say, okay, all right, Jones, when you get back, you got your hands full. Which I believe he'd have had his hands full anyway. Jones has already said he would not fight Johnson's fight. He said he will not punch with Johnson.
Yeah, I think any smart man will do that. I mean, it's stupid to go like toe-to-toe with a guy that can literally put you out with one punch. I mean, Vitor sets stuff up. Vitor isn't as powerful as Anthony Johnson, I feel Anthony Johnson just has the ability at any position to just throw up a punch and end it. Where Vitor has certain style, his speed leads to his knockout punches, you know. And
Johnson was working Vitor. The ref fucked Johnson in that fight. He kept standing him up way too quick and pulling him off the cage. Johnson's working in half guard, making moves, doing the shoulder butts, you know, trying to get the full guard, and the ref stands him up. And I'm like, oh my God, this is garbage. And then Vitor eventually gets a choke locked in and finishes him. But,
I think the funny thing is I think Vitor, Anthony Johnson, they might, if they fight 10 times, they might go 5-5. It's just that the styles make the fights, you know. I think to me, the reason why I like Anthony Johnson in the DC fight and with the finish is because DC has wrestling, and that's it.
No subs.
About his punching, I'm not impressed. Who is he knocked out? Who is he? I mean, Patrick Cummings. Yeah, I think I beat Patrick Cummings in the bar 2 months ago. You know, I mean, come on, what the fuck? He hasn't fought anybody. You know, anytime he's got his first big challenge, John Jones, and he looked like a little bitch. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just calling it like I see it, and I think he gets stuffed a couple times, much like the Jones fight. He starts giving up, and Anthony's going to land one. Anthony's not going to stop, especially as much as DC's been talking. Oh, Anthony's going to go at him, and he's going to catch him, and we're going to get to see DC on his ass, out cold, shit in his pants.
That's what I'm looking for. But well, Chuck, I told you 30 minutes. I've kept you about twice that now.
But
You want to sign off with anything, bro?
just come check us out with your boy Big Jack here on Monday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific on Nights of the Octagon. We rock it every Monday night. Have some fun and join us on Cage or Smack Inc. baby. Talk some MMA.
This week it's Evan Thompson and
Shorty Rock, baby.
Shorty Rock.
Fights East Coast.
That's the coolest thing about being on Kodo. I have MMA fighters all over my friends list now.
Isn't it great? And
Yeah,
I actually got to call Jim Miller and talk with James Vick the other day, and it's get partial chub every time. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, dude. Well, on that, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, fellas. You guys have a good night, and fucking let's watch these cards and talk some shit Saturday night.
Maybe we'll bring you back in for Aldo McGregor.
Oh, I'm always ready, baby.
All right, dude. Be good.
Second call, I'm there for you guys.
All right. Well, Phenom,
Yes, sir.
how'd y'all enjoy Mr. Chuck Cacho there? See, I think he's still on the line. No, he hung up. Oh, I'm calling him back. Hanging up on him again. Okay.
That was pretty damn entertaining.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
All right. Well,
I feel smarter already.
hey,
I told you before, Jack. Like I said, I'm just a casual fan, but I love hearing people in the know talk about it because I'm such a huge fan of MMA.
yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with Booker.
Yeah, and I appreciate Chuck coming on and doing that. This is a big fight. I appreciate you guys being cool with it, That
Absolutely.
But yeah, Booker, what's the name of our next segment?
Fuck sports entertainment. We're pro wrestling guys.
Fact. Phenom, where we going, baby?
Yes, sir. We got two things to cover, boys. There were two big events. This has been a badass week of wrestling, or a badass 5 days of wrestling. We're gonna cover Payback first, since we can just kind of get that out the way, because we want to get to the big kahuna that was last night, and that was NXT. Payback. What was your general thoughts about it, Jack? Did you enjoy it?
Dude, when I really put some thought into it, it's still better than I'm expecting. I always raise my expectations for WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Night of Champions, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble. And all the other pay-per-views are building storylines or finishing storylines that they're not really making the major impacts. But what I'm impressed with WWE is how much they have upped their quality of wrestling.
Absolutely.
They have really, really turned the knob up on that, and I think it's because of the NXT feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
Overall, I'm glad I watched it. Don't know that I'll do it again.
Yeah. Booker, you were over at my house, so I know we enjoyed it, but we were a little bit liquored up. That might have helped, or it might have hurt. I don't really know.
Liquor always helps.
Yeah, it does. So we were getting into it. That's for sure. We were getting into it, and so like I was just gonna go through a little bit. I'm not gonna go through every match because I don't think most of these matches don't even need mentioning. But we had a rematch of Sheamus and Ziggler, which WWE, I guess, has put over as a payoff match because the next night on Raw, you had Ryback come out and attack Sheamus, said, start picking on dudes your own size. So I guess they're going to have like a little thing now since they're in the Elimination Chamber together. And Ziggler has kind of paired with Lana. And that's got his ass beat by Rusev. Or he did the zigzag to Rusev. So I guess they're going to have their little thing now. So it's going to be just kind of just they paid off your rivalries, and now they've kind of gone in their own little ways, different ways. And once again, it seems like Bray Wyatt is on the outside looking in once again. The only really matches that kind of stood out to me was the tag match, the 2 out of 3 falls match, where New Day retained their titles, and then obviously the main event with Seth Rollins retaining his heavyweight title. There's a lot going on in that main event. I kind of thought we all kind of hoped that there would be some type of Shield moment, and there was, and that was a good mark out moment. Besides that, it was kind of chaotic to me. But now that Ambrose has kind of been taken into the, I like what they're going. Obviously, I think either the week after next, we'll cover the Elimination Chamber preview. But I'm super excited for Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to have them two. I haven't watched SmackDown yet, so I don't know what Randy Orton and Roman Reigns' reaction to the match was, because we didn't see them on Raw. But so we know for sure Ambrose and Rollins, and we know we're going to have a tag team elimination chamber, which is just got my interest fucking peaked. I have no idea what they're going to do with this. I mean, you have 2 guys in a pod, and you let out tag teams. It's going to be like tag team tornadoes. Who knows? Just fucking excited for that shit. The first time for everything. I remember the first Elimination Chamber match. I lost my damn mind. I had no idea how that shit was going to go.
Truly, somebody's going to have to get eliminated before everybody gets out of the pod. Can you have 10 men in that sumbitch?
Seriously, dude. There's no way. I don't even think in the traditional Elimination Chamber matches, at least 1 or 2 guys get eliminated before everybody's out of their pod. Yeah, it'd be damn chaotic. I know that. I mean, I'd hate to be the referee in there. They got to have at least 2 or 3 refs in there.
Los Matadors are going to be the first ones to get eliminated.
Yeah,
do we know all the teams yet? Have they said that?
They announced
who ran down into the ring Monday night with the Matadors and TJ and Cesaro, the champs, my boys, primetime players making $1 million moves.
The Ascension.
Ascension.
Basically, every tag team that's on, except for Luke and Harper.
Which is a damn atrocity.
Yeah, you could definitely. Which, I mean, you understand why. I mean, they just hooked back up. They're going to have 3 matches.
I understand.
But
and see, I thought that's why they did that. Was so that they could fill another team.
But this. I miss the Usos looking at the Matadors, and I mean, even PTP. Have they even tagged since they've been back together?
No, they haven't had an actual match.
So yeah, they're fun, they're entertaining and everything, but PTP, Primetime Players, the Ascension have beaten 1 team, and that was the Mega Powerless. So yeah, I'm missing the Usos in this deal.
Yeah, man. If you think about it, man, if we had the Usos right now, you could easily do some triple threats for the Usos, Kid Cesaro, and New Day. I mean, you talk about some damn entertaining matches if they were back. Certainly, the old saying, you don't really know how good you got it till it's gone. I mean, you really didn't, I guess, kind of got accustomed to the Usos and just took for granted just their presence in the tag division. And like you said, Jack, I'm missing them too, man. I'm ready for them to come back. I know that. I don't know how long either Jimmy J, whatever his name is, out with that knee injury or whatever it is. But hopefully they'll be back soon. Because I like the way the tag division is being played out now. But they need some more teams in there. And they need some more players in there. I mean, they got teams. That's fine. But they need contenders. They need people that can make me think they're going to be able to beat New Day. Because Kid and Cesaro, who were, I got my PWI magazine last night, and Kid Cesaro are ranked the #1 tag team in the world, not being champions. So #1 team in the world can't beat New Day. Who is? You know, that's what you're telling me.
Right.
But so Payback come and gone. We got Elimination Chamber coming up. They're trying to throw 2 pay-per-views in 1 month, trying to get everybody to get the network. I tell you what, man, if you didn't have the network and you got it for free in May, you got fucking not Extreme Rules. That was last month. But you get Payback, the NXT TakeOver, and Elimination Chamber. You're a lucky son of a bitch.
Hey, fucking scabs.
Well, the
For real,
rest of us,
dude.
they don't since day one. Has been paying every fucking month for it.
Yeah.
I go on the WWE Network page every now and then, and they'll post something about this is free, and I'll go on there and post some rant. And I'll get a bunch of likes, and then there'll be like 2 or 3 fuckers on there be like, "Quit bitching, motherfucker." I'm like, you're the exact fucker that I'm complaining about because you're fucking mooching. Like, if the WWE gives me a forum to say something, I'm gonna say it. So don't fucking hate on me.
Yeah.
Before you move off of Payback, y'all notice Reigns has kind of it's like once he got out of the what do you call the company push, once he got out of that spotlight, the crowd has kind of been more accepting to hhim. That he's not getting the Cena treatment.
Absolutely, he's not getting booed. I mean, I would say that the boos have cut down at least 20 to 30% at least. I mean, he's still going to get some, but I mean, those are just hardcore haters. You know, I'm hoping the best for Roman. I hope they put him in a good position. I think, honestly, dude, if you want 2 people right now that I would absolutely love to fucking watch, that's Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. I would love to see those 2. You're gonna get your cryptic promos and all your stuff with Bray, and you just get Roman just to be like, you're not gonna get in my head, fucker. I'm gonna beat your ass. Please don't say believe that, but he's got to say something. But I would love to see those 2. You could certainly build them and keep them up at the top and keep them in the Money in the Bank match coming up in June, which I'm saddened to hear because Money in the Bank has always been the pay-per-view of my birthday. I remember July 17th, 2011 when CM Punk won the world title and walked out on my birthday. It was the greatest birthday present ever. So I don't know what pay-per-view July is now. I looked it up and I can't remember it now. But
are they not doing the Great American Bash anymore?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
They stopped doing that. Hell, I don't remember. It was back when the last cover for Great American Bash had Torrie Wilson on. So I don't know what they're gonna do. But Money in the Bank will be next month. So you can have those 2, and 4 other guys that you can throw in there. I know Ambrose ain't going to win the damn title at Elimination Chamber, so he's going to be in the Money in the Bank. I think Ambrose, if you flip it around and you had Ambrose with the Money in the Bank and you had Rollins, last year you got to flip the script. Now you got Ambrose chasing Rollins with the briefcase all year, making him fuck up. That's it. Ambrose and Rollins equals ratings. That's all they need to do. So these guys are they're gonna tear the house down every single time they can. And if WWE was smart, I would not have them touch each other until Elimination Chamber, because I love watching either Ambrose chase him or Rollins run, or Ambrose fighting off JJ. I mean, Ambrose lays out J&J every time they try to come after him. He just lays them out. It is fucking hilarious watching Noble and Mercury take those damn bumps from Ambrose.
Yeah.
But
speaking of J&J, Kane, the Authority as a whole, are they doing too much for Rollins?
What'd you say? It kind of cut out on you.
Are they doing too much for Rollins?
Well, in my opinion, I think they are, but that's because I think they've gone too far with this chicken shit heel gimmick that they're doing with Rollins. I like that they're doing heel tactics and all that stuff. But I believe, you know, and I said it. What was it, either on the Raw thread or the pay-per-view thread? I said that, you know, they went from the most dominant WWE champion in Brock Lesnar to the most easily, on paper, beatable champion in Seth Rollins. You go from unbeatable to beatable. And, you know, I heard JR say, you know, it makes it believable that at a live event, anything, I mean, obviously us smart fans know, you know, Rollins ain't going to drop the belt at a live event. But, you know, people, your casual fans don't know that. They see Seth Rollins. They see, this guy can be beat. I mean, he's cheating all the damn time. I mean, he's running. He's got J&J and Kane. Helping him win all his matches. You know, he's going to be able to get beat anytime. And I'm going to pay to see it the day that he gets beat because I'm going to laugh my ass off. So I see what they're doing. I don't like it, but that's just me. That's just me being picky, you know? So it is what it is.
Booker, how do you feel about it?
So I like it. I like how they're all the help, all the aid that they're J&J and Kane's giving Seth because, I mean, they're doing exactly what they want to do. They make it look like we have a beatable champion, and more importantly, everybody fucking hates Rollins because of all the help he's getting. And you can sit there and call him a paper champion and all this other bullshit, but hey, he's a champion, and it's just pissing people off, which is what they want. And and best of all, it's kind of preserving Seth for the future. I mean, yeah, he's doing all this little whiny bitch champion right now, but I mean, a year from now, if with or without the belt, it's going to be a whole new character that they can spin off of this. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it right now.
I personally don't have an issue with what they're doing. You know, Flair won 80% of his matches, you know, with Arn Anderson hitting somebody with something or slipping somebody something, you know. I said, well, probably not that many. Flair was around a long damn time without Arn Anderson. But there was always a cheat factor involved at the end of Flair's matches. But like Kane the other night, you know, I mean, it wasn't 2 minutes into the match and he's fighting, you know. It would have made better sense to make Kane the fourth man of that match and have him just help Rollins all night. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a little much, yeah. But I see that they're building heat on him. I mean, the only person with more heat than Rollins as champ is Cena because of all the fucking Cena haters.
I would have said Stephanie's got the best heat.
Oh, well, so
but that bitch.
As champ, though. I mean, yeah, Stephanie's the best heel in the business. That bitch irritates my fucking head.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I told y'all, you know, I determined the best heel by who I hated the most, and that was Rick Rude. You know, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's probably all that's worth discussing from Payback.
But, yeah. One thing I do want to touch on with Raw the next night, and Cena in the U.S. Open Challenge. You know, we had Kevin Owens coming out, and so an interesting thing, kind of with the Elimination Chamber now, is you know, Kevin Owens, an NXT guy, the NXT champion, is going to fight John Cena, the United States champion. You know, Cena came out. He said, you know, you're going to face me, and Kevin said, you know, on my terms, not on yours. And then you know, Cena, you know, tried to disrespect him a little bit, and Kevin probably said the most badass thing ever. He said, you know what, I've been in this business 15 years, longer than you, so you can't say anything to me. He's like, hey, you know, you just don't know me, and then kicks him right in the fucking gut and powerbombs him straight to hell. And what I thought was the most badass thing, took the United States Championship that Cena was just like literally shoving in all of our faces about 10 minutes before about how prestigious it is and how much he's bringing it back to glory and he's defending it every week and everything. And Kevin Owens just fucking steps on it and holds the NXT title high, way over it, as saying, that ain't shit. I was like, I'm the NXT champion. That means more than the United States champion. I thought that was probably the highlight of Raw, and definitely going into NXT, because, you know, Kevin Owens kept it alive, kept the interesting stuff with Cena going. Certainly, that's the number one thing I'm looking forward to at Elimination Chamber.
Hey, did anyone of y'all see this video that somebody made where Kevin powerbombs Cena, and then it cuts to the new Mortal Kombat cut screen where it breaks dude's ribs and shit? Like I think Jax does that too as a fatality.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those. I don't know that I've seen that one.
Yeah, I've seen that one for Chris because I posted it in the pro wrestling site.
Oh, well then there you go, Lottie fucking dog.
You know,
yeah, fucking ass.
Cena versus Owens, I really see that as a lose-lose for the company as a whole. If Owens wins, then all of a sudden the U.S. title don't mean shit. That everything they've done to build it has kind of been wiped away. If Cena wins, then NXT is still the B League. You know,
yeah.
So I mean.
Well, you just said the improbable. Cena lose. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, what's it hurt more? It would probably hurt Cena less to lose.
Well, I mean, Sami Zayn came up and lost and didn't hurt anybody.
Well, Sami Zayn wasn't the champion.
That's true.
You know.
Well, we don't know Kevin. Well, I guess he is going to be the champion because when he fights Finn, it ain't going to be unless he fights Finn the next 2 damn weeks.
And that's something. Well, we're going to get into NXT, so I won't go there yet.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're literally there. We can just go ahead and go into it. But last night was the NXT TakeOver Unstoppable. These NXT specials, I swear, they are so much better. Like I could watch every single one of them multiple times because you're gonna get just high fucking wrestling, and you know the wrestling part they've kept the same. It's been spectacular wrestling matches, and now it seems like with the popularity of them now they're starting to implement. I can't even say
implement
the fucking entertainment part of it. Now we had a new special arena with new lights, new all kinds of gimmicks going on, and most of the people had new entrances, new attires. Becky Lynch had a completely makeover with a new hairstyle and a new everything. Kind of made her look like a badass. Tyler Breeze had a pretty badass intro. I can tell Triple H is working on these entrances with these guys. You know, Triple H is like the king of special entrances. And yeah, I know he's got his hand in everything there. So I can tell just by looking at it. Tyler Breeze had a pretty cool intro. All the girls taking pictures with him. And then, of course, the king of entrances right now, Finn Balor, with his demon paint, with, adding all kinds of new stuff on there. I would like to see a fucking NXT special on all of his painting and all that, implementing all that shit, because I want to see what time he has to get in there for them to start painting on him, and from when he goes to the ring. I want to see that time and how much work actually goes into that.
Phenom, we were me and you were on the thread during the NXT thing, and as Breeze's entrance was going on, we were both. I mean, you actually said it. I was just thinking it. You're like, man, what a good entrance! How awesome is this? And then I actually said, not to be outdone, the demon's finna come out.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, that. Balor's awesome.
When you said that, like, I was so caught up in just the whole awe of everything, and trying to think about everything. I actually forgot that Finn was in the first match. Like, I saw Tyler Breeze coming out, and then I was just taken in by the new arena and like all the bells and whistles of everything, that I actually forgot until you said that Finn was actually going to come out next. And so I literally had to get ready. I was like, I sat on the edge of my chair. I was like, I am about to lay out for this and enjoy it. And damn, it sure as hell did at this point. And we were talking about Hideo Itami yesterday, going back and forth on text about was he going to be in the match, was he not? Because we were seeing all these rumors that he got hurt, he's going to be out until November, and so those finally came true that we saw, and essentially wrote him off TV. Right before the match started, they showed earlier in the day, classic WCW, earlier in the day when it's daylight in the parking lot. Here's what happened. We show Tommy laying on the ground, holding his shoulder, selling it nice. And, Kevin Owens walking by, and I don't think Owens did it, but I love how they put Owens in there as like, oh, well, sucks for him, And
he said, "What a shame."
What a shame, yes. Oh, my God.
Fucking beautiful.
The wording he puts on everything is just great. Even when they were interviewing him before the main event, and he said, "Kevin, I don't mean to barge in on you." And he's like, "Yeah, you did. That was rude." Everything he says is fucking great.
Well, you remember last NXT, they interviewed all three of them and asked who they wanted to fight, and Tommy was the only one who said, I want to fight Owens because he has no respect for nobody, and I have no respect for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's your Owens motivation.
Yeah, exactly. But so, we see a Tommy get hurt, and then the match itself, of course, the match sells itself. All you got to do is just watch. It was fucking great. I actually thought for a second that Tyler was going to actually win when he hit the beauty shot on Finn, but Finn ended up kicking at it too, and then hit the coup de grace. And then a referee thought it was such a good damn coup de grace, he decided to count 4. Yep. But new number 1 contender, Finn Balor. So that's something that I can't fucking wait for. Is Finn and Kevin Owens, and just if I can be picky about one damn thing, if I could just be picky for one thing, the one thing I can be picky about is they're making me interested into, like, I'm happy, but yet I'm confused at the same time. I'm happy because I know I'm gonna get these futuristic matchups of Finn and Kevin Owens and John Cena and Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. I just don't know in what order and when. So I see what WWE is doing. They're saying you're gonna get this, you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get this in the future, just not now. But so it's kind of confusing, but at the same time, I can't wait to see it all unfold. The next match was your typical NXT women's match with Bayley and Charlotte and Dana Brooke and Emma, or Evil Emma, as the crowd was calling her. I really like the team of Bayley and Charlotte. They really complement each other well. Bayley's like just like the ditzy girl, kind of.
She's a fucking human puppy. If you don't like Bayley, you just admitted you don't like fucking puppies. That's what you
exactly.
And Jack's not cool with you not liking puppies.
Yeah. We'll kick your ass if you don't like fucking puppies. Yeah. But Charlotte, the muscle, of course. And my God, how beautiful was that figure? Not 4, figure 8 that Charlotte put on.
I love how that she made the figure for her own, putting that bridge on it, just fucking, it makes it her own, and it just makes it look so much more painful.
And I love the announcers, what they said about it. The figure 8, because it's twice as good as her daddy's figure 4. I thought that was beautiful how they said that and implemented that for their finisher. And then when Bayley slid underneath her, I was like, I feel like I'm watching a fucking movie right now. Like, how did they coordinate that spot?
See, I thought they botched it. She slid and missed the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Dana, whatever her name is, fucked it up somehow. Or she wasn't or something.
Yeah. She's new, and we'll give her a pass, I guess.
You don't know what to do.
Hey, if one bad spot ruins a match, then they all suck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, it's only live TV. The next match we had was Baron Corbin and Rhino. I liked it, but at the same time, like I was telling Jack, it's just kind of like, actually I thought it was like one of the best matches that Corbin's been in. Most of his matches last 2 minutes max, and he's just crushing dudes. And it actually, Rhino was actually getting it to him. And I said it on the thread. I said, Rhino is making Corbin go to a level that I haven't seen him go to. Whether it's a cardio issue or just no one put him in a long match. I was impressed with Corbin, and I definitely think he can have some long anticipated matches with some people, just as long as he can hang with them for as long as they can. Rhino can still go. I don't know how old he is, but the Man Beast proved that he can still go. And after Corbin got the win, I think it was either Byron Saxton or Corey Graves. They said the Rhino is extinct. So I don't know if Rhino's done with NXT for now or what, but I don't know. But generally, though, I did enjoy the match. I mean, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it though. But it is what it is.
Two guys. Oh, how you say this? To be two guys that you rely strictly on brute strength, all right, you have to have major charisma for that match to work on the level that we see some of these other matches working on. You want to talk about Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, two guys with very much charisma, and very solid powerhouses. I mean, you're not going to get that over and over again, Even back then when wrestling was a big man's game, you had the honky tonk men and the DiBiases and stuff like that who weren't giant men,
right?
But they worked and they helped the big guys out, because hell, so what if you weren't the champ? He gets rich, you get rich.
Exactly.
Rhino, they're using him too soft, man. You want to take a guy like Rhino and you want to get all the ECWites that still love him. And you wanna stretch that out a little more. Corbin, if you want to get Corbin over to a point to where he is a Rhino, then he should have lost and been young guy learning a lesson, and then maybe win match 2 and match 3 with Rhino.
Yeah.
Not just come out and beat him, and he done the same thing. I guess it was he fought Belor. Was it Rhino and Belor beat him? I mean, okay, so all right, so Rhino's just gonna do one and dones with everybody. I mean, that's
gonna do the favors to everybody.
Work the angle and let them get over. I mean, hell, even Cena lose 1 out of 3.
Well, you look at it back when around a year ago, Tyson Kidd came in, and Tyson Kidd was Tyson Kidd was in NXT title matches. He wasn't winning them, but he was at the top, and he was putting guys on a different level, and not necessarily doing them favors, but I mean he was toe to toe with these guys, and I mean he wasn't burying anybody by any means.
But what are you going to do with Baron Corbin now anyway? I mean,
exactly.
Kevin Owens going to come out and tell Samoa Joe, sorry, you're not ready for me yet, and then Joe going to go through Corbin? What's going to happen there? I guess I just spoiled the end of this motherfucker, but
And speaking of big guys, there's 2. One made his debut on NXT at a live show tonight. The motherfucker's 7 foot tall, and he's like a 7 foot tall Bray Wyatt. He's fucking huge as hell. I'm sure we're gonna see him on TV before too long. So you got him, and Chris, I know you saw him sitting at ringside with Stephanie McMahon. That's the Mountain from Game of Thrones. And rumors is that WWE is courting him to possibly become a superstar, because that motherfucker is ginormous. He broke the world record for, I think it's the bench press or deadlift. I think it's deadlift. He broke the world record. I mean, the guy is fucking massive.
He's your typical WWE body style. The body type that they always go after. He's big,
He's huge. And then he's already coming in with his own following. A wrestling-like following is what I would like to compare Game of Thrones fans to. We're pretty much like any big-time TV show fans. I mean, we're all kind of like a little cult. You know, we love the show. We follow it as much as we can. And, I mean, that could possibly bring in any other Game of Thrones fans that don't watch it. But, hey, they want to see the fucking Mountain who crushed the dude's skull in the trial by combat, sending away Tyrion, you motherfucker, raping the dude.
Spoiler alert!
So, I mean, this is going to bring the name and get here people like that. And I guarantee you, I tell Elisa, hey, look who's on TV, and she sees just the Mountain from Game of Thrones, she's going to sit down and watch.
Exactly. And then I did like what they did showing the class of 2015 coming in, Performance Center, and of course Uhaa Nation gets his Uhaa chants. And you can tell he's just taken by just everything. They're all chanting Uhaa, and he's just, and you could read his lips, said that's awesome. You know, yeah. The guy's got a following, and he hasn't even had a match yet. Nothing but the future. I mean, I don't know anybody else besides Uhaa Nation, but I know the kid is special, and I can't wait to see him get in a match. If he's anything like Triple H's class last year, where he brought in Owens, Valor, Tommy, and shit, I can't remember the other guy. But you know, if it's anything like them, oh my god, the future of wrestling is bright, ladies and gentlemen. And the next 5 to 6 years, you might be seeing a trend that's kind of started by you know, Ring of Honor, and you've got Ring of Honor, and you know, your New Japan, and you're soon to be Global Force Wrestling, and I forget who it was. I can't remember if it was either Finn. I think it was Finn. Somebody had him in a quote saying that wrestling is about to go through another golden era of just fucking popularity and just amazing talent and just plethora of wrestling to look at, different companies. He said it's really close, and it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. And I know I've said it on here before, but I'll say it again because I want to get credit for it when this happens. Next year's class, if not before then, what's his name? Damian Castle from ROH, the 7-foot guy who does the reverse GTS. He will be in NXT by this time next year.
You think so?
I do.
Donovan Dijak.
Why did I say Castle? I'm thinking of that's the other dude. Like, yeah.
Damian Castle.
Donovan Dijak. Yeah, Donovan Dijak. Look that motherfucker up. And, you know, look up Castle as well. That motherfucker's entertaining as fuck. He's like a, if you know who he is, the king of sleaze, Joey Ryan, but just kind of turned up a little bit.
Yeah, he's fucking great. All right, so finishing up on NXT, we're going into the title matches now. You had the tag team titles on the line, as you had Enzo and Cassidy going for, I think this is their first title match that they've had, which is damn surprising as long as they've been there. I mean, they've been there, you know, with the Vaudevillains. Them and the Vaudevillains have been there the longest.
I hadn't seen the Vaudeville for like 2 months.
Yeah, I think Aiden English has been hurt, and they actually wrestled a dark match that wasn't on TV last night. So they are coming back. You'll probably see them on the programming the next 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, I'm gonna thank God. Hell yeah, dude, they are super entertaining. I can't wait for them to come on. But anyway, so we had Enzo and Cass, and then the acid trip known as Blake and Murphy that I like to call them. Because every time their music comes out, they have that techno music and the dubstep, that comes out, and it's just two guys who I don't see liking that kind of music, but whatever, if you want to go with it. But yeah, I joked on there. I was like, get ready for an acid trip because here come Blake and Murphy. But overall, I thought it was a good match. I kind of thought that they would institute Carmella, the lovely Carmella, a little more because
hot as hell.
I thought they would use her a little bit more since they had, the past 2 or 3 weeks. Blake and Murphy have been like following her around and harassing her to get to Enzo and Cass and mess with them and do mind games. They really didn't do anything, which surprised me. But it ends up being Alexa Bliss out of nowhere comes and knocks Enzo off the top rope, and I thought that was a pretty shitty finish to do. Just a guy pinning a guy falling off the third turnbuckle. I don't know. I wasn't happy with the end of the match. I thought it was a decent match, but I wasn't happy. I would have been happier if they would have done knocked him down, and then Blake and Murphy did their tag finish. Whatever, I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty short. And I thought, well, what did you get? I know you're a big Enzo and Cass fan like me, Chris. What did you think of the match and the end of the match?
Well, seeing as how, as I told you last night, my internet went out, so man, the shit didn't come back on until about 10:30. So I started it way late. So I don't even remember Alexis Bliss coming out. So I might have dozed off, trying to just get what I can in last night. But I'm gonna have to rewatch that. And if that's really how it is, that does sound pretty shitty. Because I do remember it being a decent match, if not a pretty damn good match up until that point. But
yeah, it was pretty
by
good.
the time it was about 11:30 at night, so I was about to get ready to tap out.
Jack, what did you think about the end of the match?
I think they show they don't trust Big Cass to do a goddamn thing. Enzo worked the entire match.
I believe that, yeah.
And Enzo can work his ass off. Cass, on the other hand, is another fucking big guy that is stiff and still has a long way to go. Me personally,
even I said it. He could really use to get in better shape too.
Yeah, I mean he is a chubby beanpole. But yeah, I mean I don't dislike Cass, but if I seen Enzo go solo, I'd probably like that better. But they are a fun tag team. They have the best gimmick right now. Outside of Balor on NXT, the whole entrance, the SAWFT, all that shit.
Oh yeah, everybody knows it.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, but we need some more out of Cass for them to be tag team champions. I mean
Right.
It's got to be closer to 60-40 than 80-20.
And I think they know that, and I think that's why you saw it. What happened happened.
Yeah.
And so maybe we'll see the Vaudevillains kind of get pushed back up. I don't know if they're gonna let them be heels anymore, or they're gonna let them be faces since Blake and Murphy are heels. But it'll be interesting to see. So we had the NXT Women's match up next, and in the Phenom's opinion, this was the match for the night. I don't think I've ever been so. Even the past NXT Women's matches on these NXT specials, even on NXT, I don't think I've been so from wire to wire hooked on a damn match than I was this match. This was fucking basic wrestling, we had targeting limbs, we had playing to the crowd, we had everything that you wanted, even to the point that Becky Lynch got a damn standing ovation at the end of the match. She wasn't even the damn champion. She didn't win the match. She got a standing ovation, and she's still selling the damn injury, walking to the back. I know a ton of people on the main roster that could take some notes from Becky fucking Lynch.
You know, there's something that me and you was talking about, the chants, you know, and the crowd reactions.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like wrestling moves require timing and require some sort of sense being made. Some of those chants, they're like, okay, it's just time to fucking say something, you know, and it's like it doesn't matter.
Just lay out and enjoy the match.
At the end of the Becky Lynch match, it was a curtain call, pretty much. And I was like, really? Here? Now? This match?
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool that they gave her props. I can appreciate that. But, you know, she even stood up and kind of soaked it in, you know. I was like, you know, this is NXT special. It's not WrestleMania. You know, it's not a go-home match. This is her first shot at the title. You know, what's the deal here? I was kind of confused by it all myself.
Yeah.
But.
So, Chris, did you get to see the women's match?
Yeah, that was the last match I watched before I turned it in. But I remember them doing that was wrestling chant after that match. And I don't know if y'all seen it, but there's actually photos that came out on social media of Becky and Sasha both hugging Triple H as he was embracing them as they came back to the gorilla position after the match. And it was, I mean, that's one of the, I don't know why on Monday we don't see Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, and Bayley, and the other ones, Emma, and the Dana Brooke Rush. To me, she's got a lot of work to do. But why are these women on NXT and not on the main roster?
I think it's just because they don't have room. And it's not because they're full of women. They got like 4 women that are active every week. But there's so much going on Raw, even in a 3-hour show, that what would you do with them right now? I mean, well, it's obvious what you would do with them, but where, when, who would you cut? What would you take out to make room for them?
I would cut the divas and bring up the women.
See, I don't think it would. I don't think it would work. I don't think you could put and they showed it. The one damn match that Charlotte had on Raw, it didn't work, and it's not anything on Charlotte. It's the person in the ring.
Well, they had her lose in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's true too. They didn't give her much time. The only girl I see being able to hang with these girls in NXT on the main roster, that's Paige, because Paige came from there. And Natty, of course.
But Natty was who the match with Charlotte was with. It's just not it's just not the same environment. I mean, we, you know, even us as hardcore fans that love NXT, and we even know that at the front of our mind, yeah, we want them on the main stage. In the back of our mind, we're saying they do better on NXT. And, you know, it's just because they give them, you know.
Do you really want them to go on Raw?
Yeah, I mean, do you really want the watered down? Because even though Raw has gotten better, it's still watered down compared to Lucha, compared to NXT, you know. I mean, you know, ROH focuses, you know, better matches usually than Raw.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean.
Yeah. It's a long way. You could talk about it all the time. I think until they do away with the Total Divas and the actual brand of the Divas, which I don't think will go away unless the Bellas go away, the Divas division is going to continue to be a joke on the main roster. And I only feel bad for them because I don't think that they're going to get the equal opportunity that the girls in NXT are getting. And that's just a sole writing and booking standpoint. It's nothing against them in the ring. I'm sure, you know, the Bellas and Naomi and Paige and all those, they could have hell awesome matches if given the opportunity. I just don't think that's the stage for them to get it. I think NXT, that's where you're going to see it. You're just not going to see it on Raw and SmackDown. And you know, maybe it'll change. Like I said, once your Divas brand is gone, but right now it's a Divas brand, and it's, you know, drama and hot girls and models, and that's what it is. So we'll wrap this up. We're going to the main event. We had Sami Zayn, who was cleared to wrestle the day before after sustaining an injury that Kevin Owens gave him, not John Cena. So the match was better than the first time. It was a lot better. I just wish they would have finished the damn thing.
Yeah, it was still the second and third on the card, though.
Yeah. They, once again, another no contest. You know, Owens goes for the power bomb. I like how they went out in the crowd. That was my favorite thing. You really don't see that much. You know, Cena and Rusev did it on Sunday in the I Quit match, which I enjoyed that part when they were going out in the crowd. You don't see that anymore. You know, they used to do it all the time in these big matches, you know, for the world title where you had no disqualification or the false count anywhere, the I Quit matches. And it definitely gave it that big fight feel. You know, and Owens kept going for the power bomb. He's like, oh, he's going to power bomb him. Oh, no, and he didn't this time. So it's like you're waiting for it. And then finally he hit it on him, and, you know, he hit him on that ring apron, and that was just it. And then you've got 20 referees coming out there and trying to separate them. And, you know, I think they drew it out so damn long. You know, I was just like, once he grabbed Zayn again, Regal should have came out that right then. I don't know why they drew it out so much, but Regal comes out and takes a fucking hell of a bump from Owens. Gets headbutted right in the fucking head. Regal sells it like a champ. Rolls out of the ring. And then we hear that damn music. And, you know, I knew it right away what it was. And that was Samoa fucking Joe. And he comes out, does this little slow walk. He's got the towel around his neck. He's already got him a shirt. He's got his Titantron was well put together. Goes out there, and I made a meme of it, put it in the pro wrestling site. Kevin Owens' face was fucking priceless when he saw Joe walk out there. He was like, "Oh shit, I've got to face this fucker now." And then, you know, they kind of had their face to face with Owens leaving with the title, walking out, and then he comes back, and you're like, "Oh shit, what are they gonna do?" And then he just gets back in his face again.
Yeah, not tonight. Not tonight.
Yeah, no. You're gonna have to tune in a while from now to get that, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad that they didn't do that.
I was talking to JC3 this morning, and you know, he doesn't watch wrestling as much as we do. I think he enjoys it more watching us, you know, listening to us. And he was saying that why build the match? Let Sami Zayn whoop on Kevin Owens' ass for a while, take one bump, and he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, that was that you know, that power bomb to the apron was just about 100% of Owens' offense that night.
Yeah. I mean, Zayn was a man possessed last night.
You know, but then one hit, like, oh, okay, yeah, you're on fire until somebody checks your fucking chin.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, me and Book had a disagreement on over every fucking thing, but one of the last ones was how we liked the ending to the previous match. You know, and from here, you know, and I don't know how Chris feels about it now. We hadn't talked about it, but from here, it's like, okay, more of the same. I feel like Zayn just got made look like a chump again. You know, but yeah, but
well,
they, you know,
I think too, it's a shitty way to do it, and I know that he was in the main event, it had to be done, but I know Zayn's gonna have to take more time off to heal from this injury, so just once again, writing him off damn TV.
That's exactly what it was. They had to find a way to write him off TV. I mean, I think the first one. The first match was just to build up Owens, make him look like a beast. But I think last night was specifically because Sammy's going to be out for some I think 4 or 5 months for his shoulder injury.
And one thing I hope that they do. I don't know when they're gonna feud because, like I said, Finn is the #1 contender right now. But one thing that Joe needs to say that I think would be critical would be, you're not gonna be able to powerbomb me onto an apron and knock my ass out. He's like, I can pick your ass up and bust your ass. So you're not gonna be able to take me out just as easy.
Joe has a history of a mean streak. And when he turned and gave that look to Zayn on the mat, I was like, go stomp him.
Yeah.
Go hit him. Go do something. Spit at him. Shoot him in the finger. Be like, you're a puss. Give him something, let Joe be the mean guy. Don't make him a face. Don't make him a solid face anyway.
Yeah.
But,
he can do either one, though. That's for sure. He can play either one. I almost thought for a split second that he was going to attack Sammy and be like, but, they did that at the other 2 takeovers ago when Sammy won the title with Kevin Owens turning on him. So I'd be like, I could see why they didn't do it because they would be like, oh, my God. They had another surprise turn. And, of course, Sami Zayn was the blunt of it.
Well, not so much a turn to start a feud with Zayn, just to be like, I'm not here to make friends.
That's true. You could. I mean, people were marking so much about him last night. Joe could have punched fucking Lana in the face, and the crowd would have loved it. They were just happy to see him. But that was pretty much it for NXT.
Yeah, for all the people who are still not watching Lucha Underground, both of those shows are good. I still put Lucha over them.
Still, huh?
Yeah, I mean, dude, the way it closed off that fucking 3-way ladder match or the trios title ladder match was out of this fucking world. The way the show ended last week, freaking Mundo throwing Del Rio through the glass. Set your fucking DVR, people. Wednesday nights, LRA TV.
Hell yeah.
You guys hadn't seen it, so I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but yeah.
What are you gonna do when their season is over and they stop recording?
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking be very upset.
Oh man, I know that I can't remember who I was listening to. I think it was either Jeff Jarrett or somebody, but they said that seasons don't work in wrestling. I kind of think it would work with them as long as they switch it up. And just like any TV show, they show you that in season 2, you're going to get some different stuff. I know that that Rey Mysterio is supposed to be with them on when they start filming again. So.
And I had heard that Mundo was I heard Mundo say they were already filming season 2. So
okay.
It may be filming everything at once and then going away and then filming everything again, the season may not actually stop. A friend of mine did NWA Ring Warriors, and they would go film 6 episodes in one day.
Yeah.
And then release them.
I know NXT, I think they record like 3 episodes. If you go and watch NXT, you get to see 3 hours, essentially 3 NXTs.
Yeah.
So I know that's how they do it. And then, they go like, I think 2 weeks at a time, and then they'll record like 6. So that's like 6 weeks of programming right there in 2 weeks.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see.
But what we got on our time?
Dude, we are right at 2 hours.
Right at 2 hours. Chris, I think we might have to save your PBR for next week.
Oh, man, that's fine. I say the PBR tonight wouldn't have been a product of mine. It would have been a product of one of our favorite listeners, Jamie Reed.
One of your favorite listeners. I don't even like the guy.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
I'm bullshitting. I don't even know him. I like him all right.
No, I say because the one I got in there on the computer, and I was just gonna grab the sheet of paper that he left over here last time of his product, and I was gonna take credit for it myself.
Give us one. Grab one.
All right.
We won't even. We may not even answer it. Just give us a highlight of it.
All right, let me. Let's see if I can find me a good one that he didn't mention to me.
And if you don't just pick one.
All right, here we go. Push, bury, repackage. Is number 1 Lex Luger, Macho Man, Sting.
I was expecting more out of him. I'm fucking pushing Sting, burying Macho Man, repackaging Luger.
I think I would have to. Oh man, I think I'm looking in the eyes of Vince McMahon in 1990. Oh hell, I can't remember. Early 90s with Lex Luger. I'm pushing him for that. The next Hulk Hogan, as he likes to say. And then I'm gonna repackage Sting. I'm gonna give him some purple and green. I'm sure he's had that though.
Yeah.
All right, and then I hate to bury Macho Man, but he can go work in. He can go work in Lucha. I'll give Macho Man the contract to Lucha Underground.
Yeah. I'm pushing Macho Man all the way. I think he is top 5 performers we've ever had. And then I'll probably repackage Sting and bury Luger. But here's a quick one that even I haven't done yet. I'll throw this one out to you guys because he did a women's one that I have yet to do one. Push, bury, repackage Paige, Charlotte, and Natty.
That's easy.
Pushing Charlotte, repackaging Paige, burying Natty.
There you go.
I'm pushing Paige.
She's already.
Paige has been pushed, bro.
I'm gonna push her again.
You just gonna push her because you want in the panties.
Hey, I didn't say where I was gonna push her.
Exactly. You're gonna push her down the stairs where she's knocked out, then you're gonna take advantage of her.
Yeah. Don't you ever get pregnant again.
All right, gentlemen, I think this has been a successful live edition, EPICsode of the SmackCast. Definitely, I mean, are we going to do the live every week, or what are we going to do with that?
We'll play it by ear. I don't really know
All
this shit. I mean, it's up to y'all too, so.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it as much. Special thanks to Chucky for coming on.
Kodo, baby.
Giving us some MMA insight to this weekend's UFC. What UFC is it, Jack?
187.
187. Holy shit, I remember when it was UFC 100. So we got that coming up this weekend. And then pay-per-views in 2 weeks. So we'll have another SmackCast next Thursday. I think you got a Jack Shack coming out soon, don't you, Jack?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, we'll be recording Jack Shack, so look out for that.
Might Go Gators and JC3.
That's going to be probably the most #1 hit podcast we've had put out, I guarantee you.
Do not let your kids listen to tomorrow night's Jack Shack.
Don't let your kids listen to any of our shit. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Exactly.
Yeah, I want a smarter brand of listeners if you're letting your kids listen.
Well, what I was talking about is that I think tomorrow night's fuck count is gonna rival, if not beat, Tarantino's fucking Django.
Yeah, it'll be there.
184 times. Let's see if it's more than that.
In the first 5 minutes.
Well, on that.
On that, we are the SmackCast, and you simply can't teach that.
How you doing?
Yeah.